What's up, trainers? Brandon here. Welcome back to another video. Today in Pokemon Masters EX, we are going to be taking a look and going into a little bit of a deep dive on the new unit, Morty and Mega Banette. Now, this pair is coming October 14th, so just in another few days, and I wanted to do a little video going in depth, sync grid, passives, moves, everything. So here we are at the MoreOrLess Gaming Twitter, where I have this graphic that we made. Of course, shout-outs go to Absolutely. His link to his Twitter will be in the description below. But, I wanted to compile a bunch of the stats and stuff like that, so let's take a look. So we got Morty and Mega Banette. So level 140 stats are as follows. So we have HP is 621, attack is 232, and after you Mega becomes 278. Defense and special defense is 174. Special attacks 200. Speed pre-Mega is 228, and after Mega is 273. So right off the bat, HP pretty solid for a tech. Attack, a little bit on the lower side, but again, it's a tech unit. They usually focus on, stacking percentage buffs and stuff like that, so it's not really too much of an issue. Defenses are pretty solid, considering that if you want a 20 out of 20 this and get it to 6-star EX, then that will be 214. So that's not too bad either. And speed is a little on the slower side. Probably would have wanted something in like the low to mid 300s. So it is a seasonal scouts coming October 14th to November 5th. So throughout Halloween and a little bit before. It is a ghost type tech unit. Its weakness is dark. And here are its moves. So starting off, we have Shadow Claw, which is 2 bars, a physical ghost type move. So its power at 1 out of 5 is 40, at 5 out of 5 is 48. Its accuracy is 100%, and the effect is critical hits land more easily. Now, Dire Hit Plus, we're kind of all familiar with Dire Hit Plus, but just in case you aren't, it's a trainer move, has 2 uses, and it raises your critical hit rate by 2 stat ranks. Now, moving on to Will-O-Wisp, it's 2 bars, trainer move, 90% accuracy. Anyone who has Torkoal and Flannery, y'all should have Torkoal and Flannery. It is a free-to-play unit. Just the same thing. 90% leaves a target burned. Into the Night is our signature trainer move. It's 2 uses, raises users' attack and defense by 2 stat ranks, and also raises your accuracy by 1 stat rank. So you use this, and then your Will-O-Wisp is going to be 100% accurate, and you'll also have, almost max attack, almost max defense. Good to go. So, after you Mega and you become Mega Banette, your Shadow Claw now becomes Shadow Sneak. Now, Shadow Sneak is a physical, quick move. It's ghost type. Has 3 uses. 1 out of 5 power is 75. 5 out of 5 power is 90. And accuracy is 100%. Now, moving on to passive skills. Pre-Mega, you have Wide Awake, so it prevents users from falling asleep. Then once you become Mega Banette, that Wide Awake becomes Searing, Quick Combo 9, and this passive is pretty crazy when you look at it, or when we get into the grid and everything on there. So restores 1 MP for user's quick move when an attack is successful while the target is burned. So your target is burned, you use Shadow Sneak, that is going to get 1 MP back every single time you use Shadow Sneak against a target that's burned. So yeah, you can burn all your targets thanks to this next passive, Go Viral 9. So when user's status move is used and inflicts the same status condition on all opposing sync pairs. So anyone who has Serena and Delphox, this is just like their AoE Sleep. Pretty sure we have AoE Confusion. Now we have AoE Burn. Pretty dope. So Burn Synergy 5, so it gets you an extra 50% damage when the target is burned. So that's always helpful. And now moving down, we have our sync move. So it's called Midnight Fright Ghost Impact. It is also physical move. Its power is 160 or 192 if you have a maxed 5 out of 5. So you become Mega Banette until the end of the battle. Power increases when the target is burned. Now this is pretty interesting because most Megas are like watered down sync moves. What I mean by that is they're less powerful because they're a Mega form, but this gives you that extra multiplier when the target is burned, so kind of might make up for it. I mean, We'll see. But I think that's a nice added effect, and given the fact that you are pretty much AoE burning people, not people, but, sync pairs and stuff, not the actual trainers, that'd be terrible. But yeah, your AoE burn plus this, and once we see the sync grid, then we'll see how kind of everything adds up and stacks up. So this is the breakdown of everything as far as moves, passives, sync move, stats, everything. So that being said, let's move on to the sync grid. Okay, so here's the sync grid for Banette. So typically we usually go over the yellow tiles first because they kind of give the most impact to the sync pair in general. So up here we have acuity, accuracy cannot be lowered. You're probably not going to go for this too much, to be honest. Pecking order, the more the target's attack has been lowered, the more it powers up the user's sync moves. This is going to be really good once we get into the other moves that are on the sync grid. Head Start 1 reduces the user's sync move countdown by 1 the first time it enters a battle, each battle. Okay. Power Posture, so kind of the same thing as Pecking Order, only it pertains to just your moves, not your sync move, but still useful nonetheless. Vigilance, so this is the lucky skill you want to roll on all your tanks and stuff like that. It's good to have, but if you're going to run like a full sync nuke on this character, I wouldn't go for it. Coming down here, we have Scorching Sync 5. So kind of like Burn Synergy, but again, only pertaining to your sync moves. So that's fun. Sync Regen applies the gradual healing effect to the user after using its sync move. So maybe a little bit of sustain there. It's pretty good. Quick Cure, anybody who has Signasuit Blue. Anytime you're confused, flinching, trapped, this will instantly heal you of that 1 time per battle. Power Reserves 3, powers up the user's moves when in a pinch. And then On the Ropes 2 reduces damage when the user is hit by a physical attack move while in a pinch. So the in a pinch stuff, not a huge fan, but that's just me. I figure by the time you're in that, you cross that threshold, then it's pretty dire straits, but oh well. All right, moving on to the red tiles. So Shadow Claw, move gauge refresh 3, 40% chance to gain a bar back when using Shadow Claw. Now these are what I was talking about with Power Posture and Pecking Order and all that stuff. So Shadow Sneak Overwhelm 9. Lowers the target's attack by 1 stat rank when the user's attack move is successful. So, being that you have 2 of these, it's my assumption, we will see, we will kind of confirm it later, but I'm pretty sure these stack. So you're dropping attack twice every time you use Shadow Sneak. But the only caveat being you need to be Mega Bayonet because you don't have Shadow Sneak as regular Bayonet. So you got to get to that point in the battle before you start lowering. So it's useful, but it's like late game. Okay, we have Dire Hit plus MP Refresh 3, 40% chance to gain an MP back after using Dire Hit plus. Will-O-Wisp Move Gauge Refresh 3, 40% chance of charging user's move gauge when Will-O-Wisp is successful. And Into the Night MP Refresh 2, 30% chance of restoring 1 MP of the trainer move. So I kind of like this because Will-O-Wisp has a 40% chance, Shadow Claw has a 40% chance, Dire Hit Plus has a 40% chance, and then for the Into the Night, we have a 30% chance. So anything literally 30 or above is usually pretty good odds. We usually try to aim for 40. Like 40 is pretty much benchmark. But yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so let's say you go for Banette and you get 1 out of 5. What can I use? What can I build it out to? How good is it? I mean, typically 1 out of 5 for characters usually isn't terribly broken or terribly useful, but with this you can literally get everything. So everything, I mean, you can get Acuity, you can get Dire Hit plus MP Refresh 3, you can get Will-O-Wisp back year C5. I mean, you can max it out. Do I recommend it? Probably not. But yeah, that's what you can do for 1 out of 5. 2 out of 5, we have a little bit more options here. You can start getting those sync nodes. I would definitely go up Shadow Sneak Overwhelm 9. Shadow Claw, Move Gauge Refresh 3. I mean, you'd probably just want to get all the, yeah, wow, okay, 750 total. So here you're getting 2 sync move nodes, so that's plus 50 to your sync move. You're getting a 40% chance to get Move Gauge back with Shadow Claw. You're getting Overwhelm 9 with Shadow Sneak, the Move Gauge Refresh on Will-O-Wisp, and the refresh on the Trainer move. You can opt for accuracy for Will-O-Wisp. I wouldn't, because 1 Trainer move and you have it maxed and it won't miss. So yeah, I would probably go for something like this for 2 out of 5. Now, 3 out of 5. Now we have access to everything. Woo! All right. So yeah, I was kind of looking at all this. So pecking order. I definitely wanted to get Pecking Order and Shadow Sneak Overwhelm 9 in there. And I think we can, yeah. This is probably something I would go for, because you're going to be burning. That's like a guarantee. You know, you should be burning your opponents. This is how this sync pair works. So you definitely want that 50% from Scorching Sync 5. Move Gauge Refresh just keeps the gauge healthy. Pecking Order, you get that extra damage, you know, because you're lowering attack. And then you have Shadow Sneak Overwhelm 9. I would probably try to grab both of them, but you're losing out on 50% on your sync move, because you get what, 8 back. Yeah, so if we took away Scorching Sync 5, we would get 8 energy back. We'd put 7 of it into the other Overwhelm and then have 2 left over. I really don't think that's worth it. So you're probably going to see Sync Nuke builds like this, because the sync tiles are pretty spread out. But yeah, you definitely, as a tech, you want to be disrupting the opponent. You want to be burning them. You want to be sync nuking them. Whatever you can do. But this is probably what I would go for. You can probably go for something a little more defensive, like Vigilance and Quick Cure and Sync Regen. So something like that would look like, I mean, yeah, we could do that. Quick Cure, probably grab the, Trainer move refresh. Again, really don't want to, yeah, you could probably do double Overwhelm. And then we do not have enough to get over to Head Start. Head Start would be pretty good too, I think. Maybe on the ropes if you're using it as a tank, and then Sync Regen. Oh, we don't have enough for Sync Regen. Yeah. So, yeah, go down to Sync Regen. And then Quick Cure. And then maybe some defensive nodes. I don't really see it being used as a defensive tank or whatever the case, but yeah, it's probably going to be used as a sync nuke. I mean, given that you're burning, given that your what is it? Your sync move has an inherent Scorching Sync. I mean, if they're burned, you're going to be doing more damage, and then you have it on the grid. It's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good sync nuke. Not the best, but there's definitely a lot of potential. So, but that'll about cover our deep dive into Fall Morty and Mega Banette. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I think it's going to be a pretty fun sync pair to use. But yeah, I thank you guys for hanging out with me today. If you did like it, drop a like on the video. Hop down on that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, love you guys. Bye.